कट गई।
हाँ करते हो ना, जल्दी दे,
खुद ही कट गई।
हमको मिला के दो जल्दी से।
अरे
Priyanka ma'am, should we start now?
So how many students have joined?
69. 69. Yes, ma'am.
So already 12. I think we should start. I guess.
Yes, ma'am. Students can join over a period of the next 5-10 minutes.
Okay. Soumya ma'am has joined?
Yes, ma'am. Soumya ma'am has joined.
Yes.
Afternoon, Soumya ma'am.
Priyanka ma'am, good afternoon to all, to especially Professor Priyanka Majumdar ma'am. Very nice seeing you.
Thank you. Same here.
I happen to be from Lucknow as well. So yeah, born and brought up. Of course, right now I'm in Pune. I'm working as an associate professor at IBS ICFI Business School, Pune. So a very warm welcome to the respected faculty members, the staff of Sri Guru Nanak College. I'd also like to extend my welcome to all my students, and I see a good number of students here. Very heartening to know that all of them are in either undergrad or postgraduate courses and pursuing higher studies. That's really very heartening to see girls taking up career options and taking up professional degrees. Right, so today we gather here to discuss this knowing yourself, employability skills, and whatever little light I can throw on group discussion and personal interview.
Ma'am, sorry to interrupt you. Priyanka ma'am wants to give a brief introduction of you, then we can start.
Right, sir. Surely, sir. Yeah.
Thank you.
Ma'am has already introduced herself. Anyways, a very good and warm welcome to all of you. I am Priyanka Majumdar, Assistant Professor and Co-Convener of the Counseling and Placement Cell of Sri Guru Nanak Girls Degree College. I welcome you all to today's session on knowing yourself, employability skills, group discussion, and personal interview. This session is organized by Sri Guru Nanak Girls Degree College in joint collaboration with ICFI Business School, one of the best B schools in the country, of course. At the outset, I would express my gratitude to our esteemed speaker, Dr. Soumya Mishra, Associate Dean, ICFI Business School. Apart from holding the position of Associate Dean, Madam is also the IBSAF Coordinator. She is a faculty of Banking and FRM at IBS Pune. She's also a TEDx organizer. Madam has got a keen research interest in digital finance and applications of artificial intelligence and machine learning in the global BFSI sector. She's a certified data science specialist by Indian Institute of Information Technology, Allahabad. Madam has been working in the education management industry, managing alumni relations and coordinating summer internships. She's also the faculty mentor to the Digital Ambassadors team at the institute level. I, on behalf of entire Sri Guru Nanak Girls Degree College, extend you a hearty welcome. Ma'am, it is indeed a matter of honor for us to have you amidst us, and I'm sure today's session will open new vistas for the students. I would also like to thank to our benevolent management committee and our principal madam, who for some reasons couldn't join us today. She has always been very thoughtful for such initiatives to be taken for the benefit of the students, and it is because of her motivation that the college has been able to organize a number of webinars for the students on skill development, competitive exam preparations, happiness quotient, and on other various issues, even during the grim period of lockdown. And with these words, I would not take much time, and I would like to request Madam to take over the session from here.
Thank you, Professor Priyanka Majumdar. I feel humbled and, of course, a big honor to address this gathering here. Thank you, Abhishek sir, as well as Dilip sir. And I'd like to take it forward here. May I share screen, sir?
Sure, ma'am. I'm stopping my share, ma'am.
Yeah, to understand yourself better, session outline would cover to know yourself using SWOT analysis and Johari window, how to increase employability, and some GDPI hacks. These are the broad three session outlines which we'll be covering through the session today. Now, the most important thing for all of us, irrespective of our age and which stage of life we are in, is to know ourselves, to understand who we are, what is our strengths, our weaknesses, what expectations do we hold from ourselves, and what expectations does society hold from you. That is also important because we coexist. We do not live in isolation. We live in a society. We do function as per norms, but it doesn't mean it doesn't give us flexibility to be ourselves. We can be ourselves and also coexist peacefully along with others in a society. So the self is a product of three things: what you are, essentially the quintessential you, what society expects you to be, and whatever experiences you have had in the past and how you have dealt with them. They either shape your personality positively or negatively, and it is up to you. All of us have good and bad experiences, but we have to learn to draw the positive out of every bad experience. And of course, good experience is something which almost automatically will add to our personality. Now, self-presentation, how you want to reveal yourself to others. For example, today when I'm sitting here and delivering a session to you, it's in my hands how I want to express myself, how I want to reveal myself to you, so that it will determine what impression you hold about me. So some important factors have to be kept in mind. One is self-consciousness. I should be aware of who I am. I have to monitor myself completely. That is to take proper care in using the right words at the right time, at appropriate pace, right? And how to present myself physically as well, how to dress, how to walk, talk, what body language am I using, right? And of course, when you present yourself, you should not wear a mask. You should be your true self. And only then will the real magic come outside. That's what we suggest to you. Um, of course, sometimes we do not know how to handle situations. It happens to all of us. We are not encyclopedias in life because life itself is a mystery to all of us. But these are some important points which should be kept in mind while you're presenting yourself to others. Okay, some questions which should come to you. Who am I? What are some social roles I have been assigned? Who are the multiple people who impact my life? And how do I impact my own life? Right? So these are you need to take out some time to introspect and to understand all these questions and how to answer them. And what I'll do is, once I'm a little bit partly through the session, I will ask maybe possibly one or two of you to volunteer to answer some of these questions for me. Have you identified yourself? Do you know your strengths and weaknesses? All right. Now, the first topic which we'll talk about is called the Johari window. Now, anyone has heard of this term Johari window? If yes, can you raise your hands? Any one of you? Yeah. Johari window, anybody? No? Okay. Let me take you to straight to the diagram, right? And then maybe you'll understand better. Okay. Now, before we understand Johari, one is called a SWOT analysis. Now, SWOT, I think most of you must have heard. The strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. And all this I'm doing to help you understand yourself. Now, look at some of the strengths here mentioned. Just a second. What can be your strength? Can any one of you share your strength? Any one example of your strength area? Any one of you? Can you unmute yourself and tell me? What's your strength? What makes you strong from within? Anyone? Okay.
Confidence.
All right. So somebody is saying confidence. What else? Anybody else? Good. Do you have enough confidence to unmute and talk? That's also a strength. Anybody else? What strength?
Ma'am, good communication skills.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Right. Excellent. Written as well as oral communication skills.
And ma'am, I don't care what people think about me, and they think me over attitude person, overthinking person.
All right. So you're not really, very much bothered about image. You're not image conscious, right? Okay. Fair enough. That can also be a strength. Not image conscious. Okay. Right. Any weakness you're aware of? Weakness, which you're not very happy about.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yeah. Overconfidence.
Okay. Yeah. Overconfidence truly sometimes will get the better of you. You may not be very successful if you're overconfident. I agree. Anything else? Any other weakness?
Ma'am, I have one problem that
yeah, Aditi, go ahead please. Aditi Acharya.
Ma'am, I have one problem that at first, whatever I take interest, it only lasts for like 2 or 3 minutes. So I say that I give up way too easily and way too early.
Right. So your attention span is less. Willpower is also less. Should I say that?
Yes, ma'am. Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
So less of willpower to take any task to its conclusion. You give up midway. All right. That's actually.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. But you can improve on this. There's nothing that difficult. But yes, less willpower would be a weakness. All right. So these strengths and weaknesses are something very internal within you. Strengths and weaknesses. But then there are some things which are external. Some opportunities and some threats. Can you identify one opportunity which you have around you, which you feel? What about, yes, go ahead. Any opportunity?
We have an
opportunity to study.
Right.
It is also a big opportunity for us.
Opportunity to learn through the seminar.
Right. Yeah, you became specific. So educational infrastructure, which of course includes faculty sessions, webinars, etc. Yes, educational infrastructure. Any other opportunity area? What about the industry, the corporate sector, the various upcoming opportunities which are there? Business analytics, you talk about data science, you talk about artificial intelligence, the growth and development in the science and the business sector.
That's business opportunity.
Sorry?
Business opportunity.
Right. All right. Correct. So if you have your own business, of course, the opportunities around it, or you want to join somebody, maybe join the corporate sector. Right. So these are opportunities. Any threats, externally, which is maybe a threat for you?
Competition.
Correct.
Ma'am, in business, competition can be a threat.
Right.
Then being a girl, we are not allowed to be open and be out for many a times, like 8 o'clock, after 8 o'clock. So we have all those threats also being a girl.
Right. So, okay, safety and security threats you're talking about. Okay. Competition, competitive rivalry, competitive, of course, within education, within your college also, and outside when you join the corporate in the business world. Yes. What else? What about the current economic situation right now? Is that a threat right now? The current economic situation because of the pandemic?
Yes, ma'am. Is it because of this COVID-19 the economic go down very much? It's a real downfall in it.
Right,
So,
Arshit?
ma'am, it is, yes. Okay,
Yeah,
ma'am.
good. Well answered. Yeah. So economic downturn on account of the pandemic right now is a threat. Now this threat will not last. Possibly within a year's time or 6 months down the line, we're going to be overcoming this. But right now, it's definitely a threat. So what I'm trying to say is, when you
Ma'am, threats are also between the competitors in different fields.
correct. So I've mentioned this: the competitors or the competition. Definitely, I agree. So when you're doing a SWOT of yourself, all right, just a second. Yeah. When you're doing a SWOT of yourself, you have to figure out 4 things. Internally, what are your strengths and weaknesses? And externally, what are the opportunities and threats? Yes, Ria, are you saying something? Ria Singh? Okay, I thought Ria was speaking. Okay, so maybe whenever you get time, we have a piece of paper in front of you, you can draw this, kind of graph with 4 quadrants: strengths, weakness, opportunities, and threats, and write down at least 2 each: 2 strengths, 2 weaknesses, 2 opportunities, and 2 threats, and keep it with you. Maybe I'll ask you to share screen and show the paper to me. All right, so I suggest please do that. This is a very good exercise to understand and to know yourself. Right, so this is strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. Internal is strengths and weaknesses, and external is opportunities and threats. Right. Yeah. All right, so now we move on. These are some basic, I have already explained, I won't go much to the theory part of it. I think you'll be able to cover that later. Now we go to the second one, Johari window, which I was talking to you about. And I thought first I'll cover the easy SWOT analysis, and then I'll go to the slightly mature form of discovering yourself, and that is known as the Johari window. Now let me take you to the window first. All right, what do you observe? Obviously there's a window. You can see a big window, and the window is divided into 4 parts, right? The entire thing is called the Johari window, and is divided into 4 parts. One is called the open area. This is the open area. What does open area would mean? Open area are those characteristic traits of yours which you also know and others also know about you. For example, confidence, caring attitude, good communication skills, very respectful, just giving examples, very competitive also, high willpower. So these are some traits, positive or negative. It can be negative also, which you also know about yourself and others also know about you. This is known as open area. Then we have, uh, if you go down here, I think let's move down here, the second quadrant. This is quadrant number 1. This is quadrant number 2. The second quadrant is hidden area. Now, hidden area would be certain characteristic traits which you know, but you want to hide it from others. For example, you may be jealous by nature. I'm jealous. My cousin is doing so well academically. I'm jealous. I wish I had done that well. But you won't show that jealousy to anybody. So that's called hidden area. Some characteristic traits of yours which you only know about yourself and others do not know because you don't show it to them. You've hidden it from them. Right? Third quadrant, we move up here, is called the blind area. Blind area would be that part of your personality which others can see in you, but which you do not see within yourself. It's a blind spot. You know what a blind spot is? When you're driving either a bike or any 2-wheeler or even a 4-wheeler, sometimes there's a blind spot. You can't see the turn, you can't see that pole which is there, and you ram your car inside that because it was in the blind spot. Blind spot are those characteristic traits which you do not see within you, but others can see. For example, others can see that you're a very careless. And you say, oh no, I'm not careless. I don't think I'm careless, but others keep on giving you that feedback. You're a very careless person. You don't take proper care in writing your answers. You leave your things. You're very forgetful by nature. So this is called a blind area. And the last quadrant is called the unknown area. Unknown area are some characteristic traits which neither you know nor anybody else knows. It's unknown. All right, this is maybe later you'll get to discover it. So this girl is sitting with a magnifying glass. Neither she knows about it nor other people know about it. That's the unknown area. Okay. Now, this is without graphics. The same thing which I have just explained in the previous slide, this is without any graphics. There I had put the picture of a girl because we are in SHRI GURUNANK Girls College. Now here it's without any graphic. It is just the plain window. So as I've said, there are 4 quadrants. This is quadrant number 1, which is called open. Quadrant number 2, hidden. Quadrant number 3, blind. And quadrant number 4, mystery. Right? So these are the 4 quadrants. Known to self, known to others. Unknown to self, known to others. You know some hidden traits, you do not let others know. And some part is a mystery to yourself as well as to other people. Now, keep this in mind. With this framework in mind, I'll help you to understand using this, how can you know yourself better? Now, in an organization, right, within any group, any team, there is a leader, right? The leader which you can see, it's a lion who's going to lead his pride. Pride is the other lions. So this leader is a very strong leader, very dependable, and a person whom we can trust. All the other lions at the back here are feeling very protected because they've got a strong leader leading the clan. Right? Now, who is this leader? What type of personality will this leader have? This leader will have a very open personality, very open. So if we look at the 4 quadrants, right? I'll just take you to the 4 quadrants, you will understand. These are the same Johari window. Now let me take you to this. I'll skip the theory part. Yeah. So in these 4 quadrants, the leader will have maximum amount of open area. Any leader. So if you have leadership traits, you will see that your open area, which is something which you know and you let other, you're an open book. Have you heard of this term in English? She's an open book. Open book. Yes. Yeah. What does open book mean? Anyone?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, it means that there is nothing to hide in it.
Right.
In she or him.
The people know everything about that individual person.
Correct. There's nothing to hide in it. It is completely to the open for everybody to see and understand. That's called an open book. Now, yeah, let me take you to more graphics. I'll skip the theory because we don't have enough part for theory. Let me go to graphics straight away. Now, there are 4 people: Julia, Eric, Angela, and George. All right. And these are people in different quadrants. Julia is very open. Angela has a very hidden personality. Eric has a big blind spot, and George is a mystery. God knows what he is. So Julia, if a person need not be completely in one quadrant, all of us have some portion of open, some portion of hidden, some blind spot, and some portion of mystery. All of us have some part of each quadrant. So any person who has maximum open is known as a very open and receptive person, and generally that person is a leader in whichever field, within the house, within the educational institute, when he or she joins the corporate, will be a leader if you have maximum open area. Okay, let me show you the graphic again of open area. See this. This individual, a leader, will have maximum open area, right? Any person who has a maximum hidden area is actually a game player. There are some people in our lives, unfortunately, who are very hidden by nature. You look at them and you can't even make out the personality. They're so hidden and they keep on asking other people questions, but when you ask them a question, they will not give an answer. These are called hidden people. And hidden people are game players. They are never very successful otherwise, but they'll keep on playing, manipulating and playing games within any kind of setup, be it corporate setup, be it a home setup, anywhere, formal or informal. These are gamers, people who have maximum hidden area. And then there are people who have maximum blind area. Maximum doesn't mean only blind, but maximum portion is blind. Now these are people, they're called blabbergast. They keep on blabbering. Yeah, talk, and you say, God, please keep quiet. And these people are blind. They don't even know that they have certain weak points and they're blind to it. Yeah, I am perfect. Yeah, I'm totally perfect. These are called blabbergasts. They are having maximum blind area. And any person who has maximum mystery or unknown area are called hermits. They are disassociated. Neither they know themselves nor other people know them. They are not very fit to be, they won't gel well with society. They might as well, hermit means somebody who goes and starts to the mountains and sits there. Because within society, he can't adjust. Neither he knows himself nor other people know him. So I'm repeating, people with maximum open area, and you figure out what you are. I suggest you make a Johari window of yourself and tell me, for example, I'll tell you about myself. Okay, so since this is our first interaction, you can't know me, but I'll tell you, I've made my own Johari window to understand myself. And my Johari window is, I'll give you percentages, all right? I am 70% very open, all right? I am 10% hidden. That's me I'm talking about, nobody else. So that makes it 80, right? We're still left with 20. I have a 15% blind area. And I'm being very honest with you right now. And that I have a balance, 5% is my unknown area. This is me. All right. It doesn't mean this is an ideal personality. Of course not. I have my huge loads of imperfections. I have my blind areas also, and I have my hidden areas as well. But what I do know is many people call me an open book because I'm very open. Whatever I feel, my thoughts, most of them I let other people know. So this is my Johari window. Similarly, you may have your own Johari window. So after this session, do two things. One is to make your SWOT analysis, strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. And the other is to make a Johari window and tell me how much open area, how much blind, how much hidden, and how much unknown area do you have. So of course, this PPT, Abhishek sir and Dilip sir will also share with you. You can look at my PPT. And I have given the interpretation of each type of person in my slides. So when you take a look at the slides, you will see I have described every person in detail. So whichever you are, if you are maximum open, what kind of person you are. All right. And so it's mentioned here. Just at the end of this exercise, I suggest try to make a shift. If you do not have much of open area, try to make that open area as broad as possible through feedback. So let me go to the feedback slide and you will understand through the diagram. See this feedback. 1 second, let me take this down. Now, when you are understanding yourself, what will happen is the window, number 1 is open window. The open window will increase and your hidden window will decrease. You have to understand and make self-disclosure to reveal something about yourself to yourself. So your number 1 will increase and number 3 will reduce, your hidden window, right? Second, under condition of feedback, when you take feedback, your blind spot will be reduced. So your window will increase on the right side like this. Your blind spot will reduce. And when you're doing both, your hidden area will also reduce and your blind spot will also reduce. And this number 1 window, open window, will be maximized. This is the purpose of Johari window. Have you all understood what is Johari window, all of you? Open area, blind.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Will you be able to make a Johari window for yourself, each one of you, on a piece of paper?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. And also do the SWOT analysis to understand yourself. Okay. Yeah. These are some Johari window examples, some feedback. Always take feedback. Be open to feedback. Be open to criticism. Do not be overconfident, and also understand that nobody is perfect. There's always something to learn. This is talking basically about feedback. I will share this with you. You can take the reading of it later. Yeah, this is a very comprehensive slide. So what are the benefits of knowing yourself? Self-awareness. And once you know yourself better, you'll be able to enhance your functioning, overall functioning. You'll be able to perform better within a group, within society, academically also, your attention span. So all the weaknesses you'll be able to gradually overcome by self-awareness. And that is why self-awareness is very important, very critical. Yeah, this is self-consciousness or self-awareness. Okay, yeah. So I'm skipping all this. This is further description of open person, hidden person, blind spot, and mystery. Now we go to the second topic. And I think it's a good time to move to the second topic, which is called employability skills. So after you know yourself through SWOT analysis and Johari window, your next step will be to how to increase your employability skills. Now, first, let me take some feedback from you. What do you think is important to increase your employability? What are the important factors you should look at? Yeah. Can we have some young sparks of the college answering, please?
Ma'am, how we personally represent ourselves in front of our coordinators, firstly. And ma'am, secondly, ma'am, our communication skills, our confidence.
Mm-hmm. So how you represent yourself, all right, you say communication skills, confidence, excellent. What else? To increase your employability. That a
Way of
Nature.
presenting ourselves along with the presentation.
Okay. How do you present yourself? You're saying that?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, that has been.
Our nature plays a significant role.
I agree, but that's how you present yourself. What about employability? Why will a person hire you?
Ma'am, we should know about the economic conditions.
With others. Ma'am, planning and organizing.
Ma'am, our general knowledge is also the basic concept to get employability.
Correct, I agree. Somebody was saying planning, organizing, I'll write that. Of course, general awareness, GK, general knowledge, general awareness, how well read you are, how much do you read newspapers. What about, of course, certifications, qualifications which you have. If you have maybe a certification in digital marketing, that will make you employability. Yes, all professional courses will help. Yes, go ahead.
To whom we are presenting the performance, the project. So we should also know about the person, how he want to be presented, the file or the presentation. Through that also we can present.
Yes, I agree with you. Yes. What she's saying is actually very critical, Ayushi. Thank you. What she's saying is that one is when you're presenting yourself, you should understand who you're presenting yourself in front of. Which company does he or she belong to? What is you can go through the LinkedIn profile of the interviewer and understand what are his areas of expertise, and accordingly you can modify your answers. I agree. That is more of interview.
Ma'am, we can also say that Ma'am, we can also say that we go first time for the presentation. So the person who is sitting in front, he generally asks about his company, that what you know about the ourselves, about the company, what knowledge you are.
Agreed, Ayushi. What you're saying is what she's actually indirectly also referring to the interview skills, how to crack the interview. And one of the hacks to crack the interview is to understand the person who's sitting across the panel. Who's the interviewer? Sometimes you don't know it, but what you do know is the company who's coming to hire you. So I suggest one, of course, very important suggestion would be to understand the company in and out, which products, which market, what is the turnover of the company, last 5 years financial statements, etc. Who are the competitors, any awards and recognitions the company has achieved in the last 5 years, etc., etc. Basically, to know your You know, there's a saying, you should know your enemy. Of course, interviewer is not your enemy, but you should know who you're presenting yourself in front of. I agree. Right. So, taking a cue from that, there are some universal employability skills, and a lot of you have already covered it while answering the questions right now. One is, of course, one of you had mentioned, and very rightly so, communication skills. Extremely important, both written as well as oral communication skills. Then, and even in communication skills, what I suggest to you is, over my experience with students for the last 13 years, I've been into this profession. What I can suggest to you is build a very neutral accent. See, you need not have an American accent, a British accent, no. And, you know, for example, if you're a particular part of India, if you're coming from South India, you generally have accented English. Or if you're coming from, let's say, West, wherever. So this is called dialects. It impacts our language. What we suggest to all our students, MBA students, is to develop a very neutral accent. For example, when a company like McKinsey, PricewaterhouseCoopers, Deloitte comes from hiring, they come to our institute for hiring, we suggest our students to develop very neutral accents. And they are the people who will be picked up first by such MNCs. So that's very important. Communication skills, teamwork, extremely critical. You cannot be a loner. Akele karna, sab akele manage. We understand you are capable of doing it alone, but that's not how companies function. They function in teams. So if the team is having good dynamics, then reaching the goal and the objective becomes far easy. See what happens in any sports, for example, cricket. Cricket is a team game, right? So you ask Virat Kohli, who do you attribute the success of the team to? And he said the success goes to the entire team. He will never say, I am the one who's responsible for the success of the, for our winning the game. It's always a team game. Similarly, within companies also, it's a teamwork. So if you display good teamwork skills, then the chances of you getting hired is very high. Third, you should be very self-motivated. Okay? You should not be pushed. Dhakka diya, to aapne kaam kiya. Otherwise, you're sitting with your hand like this and waiting. Somebody's going to give me work, then I'm going to start working. Janvi, please stop annotations. Yeah. So understand that ability to work without supervision. For example, we teach our children, this is the task given to you. You figure out how you want to do this task. I'm not going to stand on your head. Kiya ki nahi kiya? 15 minutes have passed. What have you done? This kind of supervision, at least at your level, should not be needed. So please be self-motivated, right? Fourth, this is not in order of priority. Each point is very important and equally important. Fourth is problem-solving skills, decision-making, reasoning, and creativity. Now, first I'll talk about creativity. Very recently, our Prime Minister was talking to the, during Diwali also to the armed forces. He'd gone to Jaisalmer. I don't know if you're following the news, right? And he was talking to the troops there. And what he said is there are three important things which should be kept in mind. One is, of course, how to do things very creatively. Keep on innovating creatively. You know you have to do this task, but try to find out better ways of doing it. Don't go the standard approach always. Think using your experience, using reasoning, logic. How can I do this even better? For example, somebody asked me to prepare a presentation. I could have prepared a very lousy presentation. Yeah, this is just 1.5 hour session. Kuch bhi 5-6 dal di slides and I'll speak and finish it off. That's one way of doing it. The other way of doing it is go beyond expectations. This is what they expect. I'll do into 5. I knew my time was limited, 90 minutes, and I possibly can't cover all the slides, but at the back of my mind, I'll say I'll share it with them. Let them derive maximum benefit out of it. So that's called creativity, right? And the second thing which our PM Modi talked about was, of course, to learn a new language. Now, I suggest to you also, not about learning a language, but learning new skills. I'll modify it a little bit. Keep upskilling. There's something which is called upskilling. Have you heard of this term, upskilling? What is upskilling? Anyone? Upskilling.
To enhance our knowledge.
Yeah, enhance
skills.
Correct. Enhance the skills. Learn digital marketing, learn data science, learn AI, learn something new, learn algorithm trading. If you're interested in stock market, do some, 2 months course on stock markets, how trading is done. Enhance your skill set, for God's sake. Upskill. This is what recruiters want. They want you to be up to continuously upskill yourself. And that's very important. So, and of course, problem solving and decision making. You should know how to get out of a very there's a catch-22 situation. How to get out of the soup. बहुत difficult है, यहाँ somebody is not listening to me, then I have my parents' pressure also, then I have my own expectations. So how do I come out of this rigmarole? That's called problem solving skills, and that should also be, it's a very key factor to increase your employability. Yeah, a couple of more, of course, is dependable and reliable. Please understand, you've got to be dependable in nature. Once you've committed. The task will be done. That should be the impression. For example, I think Diksha is in this class who was answering right now. Diksha, were you the girl who had just answered a minute back? Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
For example, Diksha Tripathi. I don't know who she is. I have never talked to her. But she seems to be like a reliable individual. In the sense, if she commits that I will do this, it means she will do it come fire, come flood. And that should be the image you should have amongst others. Diksha is a very reliable friend, / colleague, / whatever, classmate. And reliability and dependability is extremely important, and you should be responsible. Take your task to completion. Khatam karke hi manenge. You will not give up. And that's a very universal employability skill set. Yes, so this is honesty. Technical skills I've already covered. You should be very technically skilled. And interpersonal abilities. Now, do you all feel the last point, the 12th skill, is important? Interpersonal abilities. Does anybody feel this is important?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Sanjana, would you like to say why do you think interpersonal is important?
Ma'am, behavior is also called mirror image. So it's very important कि हमारा जो behavior है, हमारा जो personally जो हम हैं, वो हम अपने आप को कैसे represent करते हैं.
Correct. Yes. Well said. Yeah. So interpersonal is the ability to gel well with other people. For example, you may be going to a friend's house and the environment in the house may be very different. But if you're there for half an hour, you should gel well with people. Similarly, in organization, you may join an organization which has a completely different ethos. Environment is very different. I'll give you an example. There are two companies. Let's say we talk about a company like Reliance, right? Reliance is an organization which focuses a lot on very formal setups, formal hierarchy, formal dressing. Everything has to be quite formal. Look at a company like Google. Google also comes for hiring. Now, what Google does is all the interviewers who come to our campus, they are dressed in t-shirts, and trust me, so t-shirts, jeans, Byju's, t-shirts, jeans, maybe even ripped jeans, and they come for interviewing and for packages as high as 15 to 20 lakhs per annum, right? And Amazon comes on campus similarly, very informally dressed. One set of companies. And there's another set of companies in PwC which comes for hiring very formal, very formal in the sense formal Western wear, extremely, very well finished, the way they walk, talk, it's impressive. So does it mean Google is better or does it mean PwC is better? Both are equally good company, both are MNCs, but the work environment is different. So accordingly, you have to adjust yourself. Your interpersonal skills should be good. You should be able to adjust with the employee coming in from Assam, South India, coming in from Western India, and have good interpersonal abilities. And that's very critical. So I've covered 15 to 16. We've covered all of this: positive attitude, confidence, multitasking. We all are multitasking. Actually, girls being girls are all multitasking. I think that's an ability we naturally have, all of us. Okay. So I've tried to cover as much as possible. Employability skills. Yeah. This talks about how to be very positive. You have to present yourself. Somebody was talking to how to present yourself very positively, communicate very effectively, and very, very responsible at work. These are some points which we've already talked about, so I will not spend much time. Knowledge is very important. Please don't undermine knowledge. Please be well read. Keep reading. So if you don't like reading, keep listening to YouTube videos, listening to the news. So either you're good at reading or listening. At least one you have to be good at. So there are people who says, ma'am, I don't like to read much. And I tell them it's okay. You listen to news, you listen to YouTube videos and understand it better. Right. These are some life skills. Cooking is a life skill. So is decision making and problem solving and goal setting. These are very important and critical life skills. Yeah. Critical thinking, communicating very effectively. We see a group of 3 people from the corporate sector communicating, having good interpersonal skills. I put some images in to help you understand this is what the corporate environment is. Okay, these are some characteristics. I'll take this down so we can see better. These are some employability characteristics. A very important one is do not criticize other people. Have a very positive attitude. And I would stress on this. Stop being critical and be self-critical. See how you yourself can improve. And stop pinpointing mistakes of others, because you yourself are making a lot of mistakes, and trust me so. And there's a lot of scope of improvement for all of us. So have a very positive attitude. Second, be cooperative and show respect for your employer. Especially you see in these pandemic times and hardships, still people are continuing to hold on to workers. They are not, having layoffs. They are retaining workers. So show respect for your employer. Show respect to your work. And very important characteristic is accept and use feedback. If somebody gives you a feedback, don't just shrug it off. He doesn't mean good for me. Not everybody is bad who's giving you a feedback. So listen to it and see if you can work on the feedback. Flexibility and leadership. As we all know, especially in today's time, we've heard this very famous line, change is the only constant. And that's how it is. So we can't expect anything to be constant. Everything is dynamic. And so we have to be flexible. And display leadership qualities. Wherever you think you have to play a very critical role, you should please take up that role and display leadership qualities. Yeah. Now, some of the ways in which we've discussed the skills. Now, what I'm going to discuss right now quickly is some of the ways in which you can build on these skills. Now, I don't know, I suggest be very, very active in extracurricular activities. Are you active in extracurricular activities here? Be it drama, be it any kind of clubs, writing, taking part in seminars. Are all of you doing that? Some extracurricular activities?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, good. What we observe is in our campus, the top 10% students to be placed are those who are not only good in academics, but also good in extracurricular activities. It goes hand in hand. Always. So if you want to build your employability skills, whatever we spoke about, teamwork, positive attitude, confidence, communication, all this will be achieved if you build on these skill sets by taking part in extracurricular activities. We strongly suggest that as a solution. Second is conflict resolution. Try to figure out ways how to reduce conflicts within the family also. Like if you have siblings and cousins, stop fighting. Within an organization also, stop fighting within a team. So, and deal with it a very amicable solution to everything. So conflict resolution is a suggestion. Taking part in extracurricular activities in team sports, any kind of club events, and any community service also. For example, if you are organizing a Diwali Mela, right, or any kind of blood donation camp, etc., take active part in such volunteering activities. Volunteer for such activities. Okay. Now, what about any one of you who has some summer internship experience or some project experience? Anyone who's done some live project here in this class? Maybe a 1-week project or something like this? Anyone? With any company? Yeah? No?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Fine. I wanted to talk to you about the importance of live projects to help you improve your employability. Many a times corporates also to graduates as well as postgraduates give some live projects which is of 1 week duration. For example, Big Bazaar gives that. They ask you to be on their retail outlets, to stay for a week, and to understand customer preferences, right? That these are known as live projects. So live projects is another way to build your employability skills. That's one suggestion. Maybe we can share more about live projects maybe in the next session if we get some time. I'll share you my experience and some of the project work which we also do on campus. All right, now what about career options? Have you chosen a career for yourself? Anybody? What area you want to get into? Do you have some clarity? Do you know yourself? Anyone? Would you like to share your experience? What have you chosen for yourself?
Yes, ma'am. Actually, it is not clear to me till the graduate 12th, but in entering, but by through entering the graduation, I cleared somehow. I want to become to give the government exam of UPSC.
Okay, so you
I want to give the yes, ma'am.
government services. Okay. Anybody else? Any plan into marketing, sales? You want to get into finance? Anyone?
Ma'am, I never wanted to get in sales. I actually had this that I'll become a CS, but then I haven't found any good options in Lucknow. So, and I never wanted to leave the city also, because as this is my comfort place. So I don't want to hear. So ma'am, I changed my plan. I thought that I'll complete like Ankita ma'am, Priyanka Majumdar ma'am, and I'll become like them. But just now, because I'm sitting here and I was getting too bored, I thought that I should join this Byju's and extra marks, I think so, if you have heard about. So just now, day before tomorrow, yesterday only, they called me and I joined this sales business. And ma'am, it was 50 minutes interview. Firstly, ma'am, I was like, it was first time that I was having this professional talk. Otherwise, ma'am, like someone asks me ki matlab tell me something about yourself, ma'am, it was just a casual answer. Ma'am, but the way they wanted the answer, it was totally a different thing. Matlab they said me, matlab they told me ki you cannot tell like this that I am this and I am that, and this is to matlab a very casual nature.
Yeah.
So ma'am, directly indirectly I got this into a sales.
Okay, wonderful. And which course have you applied for through Byju's?
Ma'am, no, ma'am. Byju's, nahi, ma'am. It's extra marks because Byju's girls are not. So, ma'am, it is a BNE post because it's a executive and a female counselor, ma'am.
Okay.
Because they thought that I'll be good at communication skills and etc. etc. So they kept me at that place. Just
Wonderful.
now.
So this will be what to say a corporate experience alongside your graduation. You're pursuing graduation, right?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, I have completed my BCom.
You've completed BCom. Fine.
Yes.
So this is a kind of maybe 6 months or 1 year. You may want to pursue this.
Ma'am, everyone told me that don't do this for the salary purpose. Do it for your experience because. Yes, ma'am. So, ma'am, I got to do this just now.
Okay. Okay. Wonderful. So yes, thank you, Diksha, for sharing your experience. I think that's a very critical path which she has chosen and is going to do wonders for her. I am sure of that in terms of her personality development. Yeah, very good. Okay, now anyone else would like to share their experience? How are you building your employability skills? What are you doing? Do you have something in mind in terms of your career option, or you want to take up higher studies? Or what is it? Anyone else besides Diksha? We have so many students with us right now. Anyone who would like to share their Aditi, go ahead. You're saying something?
Ma'am,
yes. Go ahead, please. Yes, Aditi. Yes, we can hear you, Aditi.
Ma'am, actually, yes, ma'am. Ma'am, actually, since the childhood, I was always interested in like drawings, drawing sketches and mangas and all. So I wanted to go to that entertainment, like media industry, not media, but it's called entertainment industry. I always wanted to be a animation artist. Animation artist because since the beginning I was interested in drawing and sketching and drawing mangas, and I was actually not like on in sales and marketings, but always wanted to make my own characters, to make my own cartoons to show my what you call my abilities to everyone, what I can do, what I want to be. But actually I wanted to be a manga artist. I want to make my own comics and digital comics, you can say, or whatever. I just wanted to be a manga artist.
Okay, what artist is that? Can you just spell that word? What you say?
Manga, manga, or
Okay.
you can say those persons who make mangas can be called as mangaku.
Which language? This is English? Manga artist?
Ma'am, not exactly, ma'am. Actually, this word was this manga artist from Japan. Japan, ma'am.
Ah,
Japan. Japanese. Careers, ma'am. I wanted to be a manga artist, if you say.
Okay, interesting. See, I got to learn something today. I have to research on this manga artist. All right. Yeah, I agree. But then maybe something like a graphic designing course can also, you can think about it. This will increase your employability. And maybe after 5 years into corporate, you may want to open your own, either your studio, or you can do, cartoon artist, whatever, through your.
Yes, ma'am. I have done it. Ma'am. I have done that course, BSc.
Okay. From which institute have you attained that, like in the course?
Ma'am, it's from Pune, DMES, Design Media Entertainment School.
Ah, it's from Pune, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, wonderful. Yes, I agree. So great. She has some clarity. So I suggest, see, even if you do not know, it's okay not to know, because right now you're all of us, I mean, at least all of the students at your stage are exploring. So there may be one or students who are very clear about what they want to do. But right now, what I suggest, you can explore. But what I do know is that having a postgraduate additional qualification and experience is critical, because especially for the corporate sector, I'm referring to I'm not talking about your entrepreneurship. If you want to start your own business, that is very different. But if you want to get into the corporate sector and work for a couple of years, and then maybe you can start your own business after 5-6 years of making good savings, then I suggest you should definitely build your academic skill set also as well. So you can choose whichever field you want to get into depending upon what is your strengths and weaknesses.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. SWOT analysis, you should be able to. This is for all, not only her, but yeah. So short-term career goals, and then you have long-term career goals also. Long-term means after 5 years. Short-term means within next 1 year. Where do you want to see yourself? So this is something which you can sit with and possibly, have a conversation with yourself and figure it out for yourself.
Ma'am, I wanted to ask you something, like not only I, many more like me, that they are not confirmed what they want to do. So how to plan that, what we can do in future, or how can we find out that what skill we have in ourselves? So can you enlighten us?
Yeah, so I think you're asking me with respect to career counseling. What are the
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So I think we should be able to take it up in a separate session, because right now what I'll do is, it takes time. There's something which is called a psychometric test. Have you all heard about it? Psychometric test. It's online, freely available.
No, ma'am. First time I'm hearing by you.
Yeah. So what I can suggest to all of you, I'll put it in the chat box also. So all of you, there are many websites where you can get this. One second. So I'll mention it in the chat box. Give me a second. It's called psychometric test. This is a test. You can Google it out and you'll see that there are many websites providing free psychometric test. So I suggest please take up this free psychometric test. What they do is they'll analyze your personality. Right? And then once you've got your personality analysis in place, then we can, or anybody can come and give you suggestions for what kind of career options you can take up. Definitely, we can do that.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay, now since we have a little less time already, at 1 o'clock, I'll go to the GDPI skills also, because this will help you to clear your postgraduate entrance exams. Any one of you who's planning to take up some kind of sit for either an IAM or maybe some CAT exam or MAT exam, any one of you? CAT, MAT, or any kind of postgraduate, any kind of entrance, be it management or non-management, there's bound to be a GDPI. So what I'll do is I'll take you for the some advice for group discussion and interview skills. Now, these are, first we'll talk about Group discussion, then I'll take you to interview skills. Yeah. Now, do you all know, have you ever experienced a group discussion, any one of you? Have you experienced a GD where, let's say, 4 or 5 of you are sitting?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am, many a times.
Many times,
Yes.
okay. Great. So, what is your experience now? What is what if the topic is very controversial? How does the GD turn out to be? What is your observation?
Some speaks in favor and some are against, mainly in the discussion.
Ma'am, in group, we come to listen many more types of topics, or at one topic, we come to know different kinds of things.
All right. Now, I agree.
Like debate.
Okay. So group discussion is a very modern method of assessing student personality. All right. Now corporates don't have time to interview each and every candidate. So what do they do first? They conduct a group discussion. And in a group discussion, they will pick up at least 2-3 people per group discussion and take them forward for the personal interview stage. Not all of you get through. I hope you know that, right? GD is more of process of elimination and interview is for selection. Do you know that?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, group discussion. They will eliminate students who do not fit the bill in terms of either teamwork, confidence, knowledge, presentation skills, communication skills. These are some assessment parameters. If they do not fare well, they are removed and the remaining get through for the PI round. Okay, it's both a technique and an art and a very comprehensive tool to judge the worthiness of the candidate, how worthy the candidate is for the appropriate, either it's a job or it can be for getting into some higher education institute. Like you have all the IIMs and all the XLRIs conducting the GDPIs. Okay, now as the name suggests, it's a discussion amongst a group of people. There are normally 8 to 12 members in a group discussion. And normally the time which is given is 10 to 15 minutes to discuss the topic. Since most of you have gone through the GD, you would know. There are some prerequisites. Topics are given by the panelists. Usually they may give you 1 minute to think about the topic and jot down some points. Knowledge and self-confidence is very critical. And your power of speech. How convincing are you? What's your conviction? For example, there are certain set of people who will be able to convince you of something which is so impractical, but they speak so well. Speaking doesn't mean language. It doesn't mean the words. It rather means the way they put it forward. It's a package. The words, the body language which they're using, the facial expressions which they're using, all put together gives them the power to convince. And if you've got the conviction power, you're definitely sailing through the GD process. So presentation skills, very important. Body language and personal appearance. How you dress, walk, sit. How do you refute the other person? How do you say, no, I don't agree with your view, but rather I'd like to give my view on this. So how coolly it is done. Coolly means in a very, very composed, with calmness and composure, but still being very assertive. You need not be aggressive. So aggression is no in GD. Assertiveness is yes. So please say no to aggression. You cannot be aggressive, all right? Nobody is sitting here to take your aggression and your mood swings. So keep it at bay. But what is important is for you to be very assertive in nature. And that's very critical, being assertive. So calmness and composure is important. Like MS Dhoni is known for being a calm and composed captain when he was the captain of the Indian cricket team. And similarly for Sachin Tendulkar. I'm taking sports examples because sports, I mean, I feel it can be related to real life situations also. It's always a team game in real life as well as in sports. Okay, listening skills. You must listen to what the other person is saying. Now, I'll give you an example. When I was sitting for I'm actually also from IBS. I've done my MBA from ICFI Business School, Gurgaon. I'll give you my background. I've done my BTech from Lucknow, followed by my MBA from ICFI Business School, Gurgaon. Then I've done my PhD from Lucknow University. And I've been teaching. My campus placement was from IBS Gurgaon. It was a Standard Chartered Bank. I've worked there for a couple of years. I've got into academics after that. I was working with IMD Business School and institutes in Pune. And of course, I've joined back my alma mater IBS as a faculty. I'm an associate dean here. So what I'm trying to say is, whenever you are in a group discussion, when you listen to what the other person is saying. So when I was sitting for my campus interview, the topic which was given to me by ICICI Bank was, see, by the way, I didn't clear ICICI Bank. So in my first GD, I was rejected. I was so shocked, overconfident. How can I be rejected? And it was shocking because I thought I was good. I thought I could speak well, talk well, walk the talk kind of, super cool. But I got reality check. And my reality check, it hit me hard on my face. So I was rejected by the first company. And the first company was ICICI Bank on campus. And what they had given was, the topic for group discussion was cross-selling. Now, at that point in time, I wasn't aware of what cross-selling was. So what my teammates, my GD within the group, what they were doing is they were listening to what the other people were speaking. See, when you listen to other people, even if you don't know the topic, you'll be able to figure it out. Achha, okay, this is what the topic means. And then you can give your views. But my mistake was, and I admit it, and I've tried to overcome it, is that I didn't have good listening skills. I wasn't ready to listen. I was so obsessed with myself at that, of course, at that point in time. I've overcome that obsession. So I didn't listen. If I didn't listen, as it is, I didn't know the topic. I was speaking nonsense and they rejected me. First and foremost, I was the first GD and I was rejected. The second, of course, was Standard Chartered Bank. And then I realized, I learned from my mistakes and I improvised. So what I'm trying to say is listening skills is very important in a group discussion. And of course, you have to be very well read. Keep reading about politics, sports, science, trade, technology, industry, all of this. Let it not be a task. So it can be a general, you can make it a small habit, 5 minutes, 10 minutes every day. What are the benefits of a group discussion? This is very clear. You can also have mock GDs and you'll understand, you'll expand your knowledge. It will help you to critically analyze any situation. And of course, you'll be able to build your true personality. Right? These are some benefits of group discussion. Yeah, language skills, academic leadership skills, all this group discussion will provide. Right. When you sit for a GD, I'll give you some do's and don'ts in a group discussion. And I think this will help you to clear your group discussions. Make very original points. Don't copy other people's points. Now, I think you may have observed there are some set of students who keep copying the other's point. You say a point and the other person will copy it and say the same point in a different way. Right? Have you observed this in group discussions? That people copy your point?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. They copy and they add some 2-3 new words to it and try to make it original. See, the interviewer or the GD panel are not, they're intelligent people. They're not fools sitting there. Okay. So they can pick up when you start copying and, packaging it and putting it across as your own point. So don't do that. Don't try to trick them. Please understand. Make your original points and support them by substantial reasoning. Right? So it means you have to give appropriate reasoning. Why are you saying? For example, if you say that, the literacy rate amongst women has improved over the last 10 years, give a statistics to it. The rate has increased from 20% to 30%. So what you have done is you have stated your point, plus you have given some reasoning behind it, some numbers to it. So you should always give substantial reasoning. Listen to other participants. This is the mistake which I had done. Yeah. Whatever you say must be with very logical flow and you must validate it with an example. For example, if you're saying that women, there is a glass ceiling, women are not allowed to rise in corporate world. You're making the statement. Give an example, right? You can say that, for example, Kiran Majumdar-Shaw, with much difficulty, she managed to start her own company. Previously, she was working, some other organization, she wasn't allowed to rise, just for an example. Or you want to say that women are great leaders. You can give an example of Indra Nui, right? You can give examples of any recent, Kiran Majumdar-Shaw, who's, leading from the forefront. You can give examples. So always give valid examples and make very accurate statements. Don't just guess numbers and make any wild statement. Please don't do that. Either you keep quiet or you make logical statements. Very important is to modulate your volume. You can't be monotone. For example, Jack and Jane walked into the home, and what they observed is there were 3 people sitting inside the house. If I keep speaking in this tone, it's called a monotone. Monotone is extremely boring. Nobody will listen to you. Rather, they will try to, capture your and to speak and not to let you speak, to capture your time. So please modulate your volume, increase and decrease your volume slightly according to the situation. Both the volume, pitch and tone, all the 3 things. Also, be very considerate about others' feelings. In the sense, don't be over considerate. This is not a charity you're doing. You need to clear the GD. You need to get through. Okay, this is a do or die for you also. But it doesn't mean you become inconsiderate. When somebody is trying to speak, let them speak. The minute you become inconsiderate, the panel is going to observe you and say, "But this is a very inconsiderate person. We can't hire her. Once she enters the company, she's going to spoil the environment of the company. If she's so inconsiderate." So be very considerate and be genuinely considerate. Don't wear a mask, right? Try to get your turn. Be very active and dynamic, right? By both listening as well as speaking, both. And of course, you have to speak with confidence and self-assurance. You should be convinced about your points. Some don'ts in a GD: shy, nervousness, keeping isolated, not speaking at all, or just speaking one line and keeping quiet. I mean, these are going to be situations which almost 100% will, seal that you are not going to get through. Okay, interrupting another participant before his argument is over. Try not doing that, interrupting other people. Let him or her speak. Of course, if he's going on speaking and ranting for 2-3 minutes, you have to politely interrupt. Speak in favor examples. Establish your position very clearly if you're in favor or you're against a particular topic. Do not sit on the fence, right? And don't keep changing opinions. Once you've taken a particular opinion, hold on to that. Don't be, like our political parties now keep changing, our leaders keep changing political parties. Do not be like that. And most importantly, don't make fun of other people. All of us have our weaknesses. Right. That should be it. Any important point? Yeah, a few important points. Right language. Be a very, very patient listener. Be very analytical and fact-oriented. So fact-oriented is being very important. You have to substantiate your points with facts, data, statistics. See, statistics is important. X percentage, 30%, 40%, 30% decline in share price, 20% increase in revenue. These are points which should be kept in mind. Yeah, of course, to accept criticism. One more important point is you must work on your English. In case English is a concern area, there are some remedial English YouTube videos which are also available. You can listen to that and try to speak in English as much as possible. I mean, none of us are born, see, Hindi is our first language. I understand some other tongue, but English is a foreign language. So try to learn it as much as possible. Try to speak and be fluent in it. Gradually, the fluency is going to come in. Yeah. So I think that would be all. Rest are some suggestions. And I'm also open to some questions to you. Now, I think last 15 minutes, we'll try to get some questions from you. But before that, these are some important topics which have come in the group discussion in the recent past. I've made a summary of some of the topics. Is India shining? India 2020, child marriage, students focusing on software industry, brain drain. Daughters are more caring than sons. You can get some light topics like this also. Influence of Western culture in Indian universities. and influence of computers. Here you can have AI and ML also coming in, artificial intelligence and machine learning. Is it a boon or is it a bane? A boon or a bane? So these are some important topics. Last placement season, we've captured some topics and we've shared it with you. Yeah. I open it for questions right now. Can we have some students, some doubts? Some of you had mentioned. Would you like to share with us? Yes. Yeah. Anyone? Can we add more value to this in some way today? If you want some suggestions from our side, something you'd like to discuss, some problem area or anything with respect to academics or industry, anything. Yeah. So we have Diksha, are you here? Yeah. Can you tell me what are the, we have BCom students here or we have a mix of all?
MCom, ma'am, everyone.
Okay.
BA also.
BA also, okay. Right. So any doubts? Can we help you in some advice we can offer you? Anyone?
Ma'am, already you have covered almost all the points, I think so, that were coming in our minds.
Okay. Great. So I just, Abhishek sir, are you here?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. We are listening you.
Yes, yes, how should we, I mean, anything you'd like me to cover? Have I left out something, sir? Should I cover something more?
No, most of things are covered, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay. Yes, some asking. Yes, please, go ahead.
Ma'am, like after post-graduation, I have done my graduation BCom. I'm doing MCom pure. So, ma'am, I wanted to go in the corporate sector.
Okay, so you're pursuing MCom right now, is it?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So you want to get into corporate?
Yes, ma'am.
I think after MCom, you have only auditing profiles which will be available for you. That's my understanding. It should not be more than auditing. But if you want to get into corporate, like a financial analyst kind of position, Sanjana, if that interests you, you may have to do a second PG course, maybe in management and something like MBA finance or a PGPM finance. I think that would be essential for you to get into a managerial position. Otherwise, you'll get into an auditing role, but then your career progression may be slightly slow. I personally feel you should add on to your skill set by doing something in core finance. That's my suggestion, Sanjana. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am,
Yes.
please tell me career in sports management MBA.
Sports management, right? So you want, yeah. So there is MBA in sports management. We also have, in the sense any institute has, and the career options there would be into event management, Navneet. For example, you have companies like Book My Show who take full-time interns as well as full-time employees for managing their events at all IPL locations. They do that.
Okay, ma'am.
So you can get into event management in the sports industry. Yeah.
Okay.
That's a role which I can think of immediately. Any other student?
Students, you can ask any query relevant to the topic. It's a very useful topic covered by the ma'am. Wherever you go, in any corporate for job or in any B schools for admission, it will be the basic selection criteria to categorize the and select for selection the student. So if you have any query, feel free to talk to ma'am this time.
Ma'am, I have a question. Ma'am?
Sorry, yeah, please go ahead. Yes.
Ma'am, when we go to interview, then how many stages are there before selection?
Depends company wise. There are companies who just have 2 rounds only GDPI. Some companies have 3. For example, Deloitte has 4 rounds of interview. They have the initial language as a test, and that's done online, followed by a psychometric test. Right? Whoever is selected goes into goes into 3 rounds of personal interviews. So first is technical round, second is HR round, and finally it's the final HR round with the head when you're discussing the package and the job role. See, it depends. It's very company specific. Companies can have as less as only 1 interview, and they select you, or they can have as many as multiple rounds of interviews as well as one GD followed by 2-3 rounds of interview process. That can also be there. Right. For example, Amazon, when it comes to hiring to our campus, they have 3 rounds of interview, one GD followed by 2 PIs. Just an example. Yeah, go ahead, please.
Ma'am, like I'm doing BBA. It's my second year. So in further years, what can I prefer? What course? Yeah, like it is a professional course. So can I opt any job or anything else?
See, after BBA, yes, some companies, I mean, I'm not sure what is the campus placement scenario after BBA, but it's very limited, irrespective of which college you're joining. Because having only a graduate degree is going to limit your options in terms of corporate careers. So I do suggest going for at least going for MBA, definitely.
Okay, ma'am.
You can get job options, but they'll be, very A, low paying, B, it's not sustainable. You may lose your job quickly because there'll be postgraduates coming in and they may take up your role. So for sustainability aspect, I suggest going for a PG degree. Yeah. Yes, Sanjana.
I want to ask, what's the appropriate mean of finding a good job? Like many people wanted to do in a corporate sector, but they don't know how to find a job which is relevant to them or vacancies, etc.
See, if you're not going via campus placement, are you saying that, Sanjana, it's not through campus?
Yes.
No. If it's not through campus, then you can, first of all, I suggest create your LinkedIn profile. All of you, I hope all of you have your LinkedIn profiles.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So, good, because create your LinkedIn profile, and through LinkedIn, you'll get to know a lot of opportunities which are there through LinkedIn. LinkedIn is a very good, effective network of professionals. And a lot of these job opportunities are published only on LinkedIn. And then, of course, you have some Naukri.com, Job Monster, etc. But LinkedIn, I personally feel, is very effective. So create your very effective LinkedIn profile. Put all your certifications there. Start writing a couple of blogs, small half-page blogs on LinkedIn, so other people know who you are. So that's a good way of being active on LinkedIn. It's very different from any Insta or FB profile. I mean, I feel personally that doesn't have any substance. LinkedIn is one with good substance.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Anybody else?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
I want to ask that like how necessary it is to have work experience. Like I'm interested in MBA in HR, and like I'm an MBA student preparing for CAT right now. So, ma'am, like how necessary, like the work experience serves as a very important fact, like in placement and all, like they give justice and like they give some opportunities to people having work experience. So, ma'am, how can I have work experience like after graduation, sorry?
Hey, Navneet, you tell me, what are you doing right now?
I'm at Bhavna.
Sorry. Bhavna, what are you doing right now, Bhavna?
BBA.
BBA. And you want to get into an MBA HR role, but you're asking, is work experience important right now or at the time of placement when you've done your MBA?
Like I want to like earn some internship or like some work experience because they give weightage. Like most of the IIMs give weightage to the work experience. So
Yes,
ma'am,
yes.
how can I get into like companies who give work experience and like those opportunities?
You can do internships, Bhavna, parallelly while you are preparing for the internships. Again, are available online through LinkedIn. All these winter internships, as they're called, during these months, and then there are summer internships. So all of them internship opportunities. If you have a LinkedIn profile and you search internship opportunities in Delhi or Lucknow, wherever you are, so they're going to give you which companies are offering this internship, and you can do it parallelly while you're preparing, because internship is not really as exhausting as a full-time employee, the job role. So it will give you time to prepare for CAT as well, and you can do that. But dropping a year and doing work, some people do that if you're okay to drop a year. Otherwise, internship is the good way to go about it. If you do not want to drop a year and prepare parallelly.
Ma'am, but I have also watched YouTube videos and all, and they all say that internship don't count as work experience do.
They don't count. I understand it's not a full, because it's not a full-time work experience, but internship definitely has an impact on your CV. Because if you do not, it's better than being a fresher. If you're a fresher, means you have no exposure to the corporate sector, right, Bhavna? So if you've done internship, obviously it won't count as a full-time work experience. Versus what, Bhavna? The other option is you drop a year and you join a company.
Yes, ma'am. At least a year or two.
Yeah, if you don't want to drop a year and you want to prepare for it, and if you get into a good college, you want to join it, then internship is a good way, because it is going to give you the recruiter they're going to tell the recruiter that you have got some corporate exposure, maybe of 3 months or 6 months, and it is definitely going to hold you in a better position as compared to if you're only a fresher.
Okay.
And ma'am, we can add on, like, ma'am, to add on, if you permit, ma'am.
Sir, please, yeah.
Like Bhavna, during your MBA also, like if I talk about particularly about IBS, then it is one of the unique point of IBS. Then students, all the students who are going for their MBA or PGPM in any of the IBS campus, they are undergoing a 14 weeks of internship program. Ma'am, you can please elaborate.
Yeah.
If possible, ma'am.
Actually, I'm coordinating summer internships for last 5 years in IBS Pune. IBS Pune and any IBS, in fact, center has a 3.5 months of summer internship, which you do after you finish your first year of MBA. So between the first year and the second year, for a period of 14 weeks, that is 3.5 months, you join a corporate. All these summer internship opportunities are offered by the campus to you. It's campus offered, and these are called summer placements. They're not full-time. Full-time will come after second year. So summer placements where you join a company for 3.5 months and work there as an intern, either it's in sales, marketing, finance, HR, operations, whatever. So companies which come on campus, for example, is Ernst & Young, Deloitte, some examples, Amazon. We have a lot of these, Amul also, FMCG sector, hiring summer interns from our institute, and they're doing into sales and business development profiles. Finance, we have, of course, EY, which is offering a good finance roles for summer internships. HR, we have Goodyear Tires offering HR internship. This is, I'm talking about Pune. Of course, other campuses may have other names to add to it. And of course, we have Bartley Boy, which is, all those into MCOMs would know what Bartley Boy is. Bartley Boy SR is a part of EY. So they offer audit related internships as well for a period of 3.5 months. Yes, of course, IBS has one of the longest summer internships across India. No other MBA institute offers 3.5 months of summer internship. Why? Because we give a lot of emphasis on that. We feel corporate exposure is more, comparatively little more important than only academic. It should be a good mix of corporate plus academic. Yeah.
And ma'am, one more thing, there is a program called YLP, like Young Leader Program.
Yeah,
Ma'am, yes, ma'am, please elaborate about it.
YLP is a part of CII, right? Confederation of Indian Industries, isn't it?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So Young Leadership Program, you're talking about the CII. Am I correct? The Confederation of Indian Industries has a YLP program. This is a voluntary program. I think students can join free of cost, and they help in organizing conferences and conclaves. In fact, CII Lucknow chapter also has, I suppose, some internship opportunities where you can join them and help them organize conferences and learn and listen to the speakers also during the conference. That's if you're referring to that, that's a part of CII.
Okay, ma'am. So the IBS, like, do you all conduct any like personal exams for entrance in MBA, or like do you all accept CAT scores only?
Abhishek Singh, would you like to talk?
Yes, I'm briefing. IBS conducts their own entrance exam called IBSAT, and every year it conducts at 95 test centers across India. And this year exam will be on 26th and 27th of December. And we will share you the exam pattern separately also. Still, I'm telling you, in exam pattern, questions will be coming from verbal ability, quants, DATI, and RC. Total 140 questions will become, and you have to solve it in 120 minutes only.
Okay.
So this time, IBSAT application forms are available online as well as offline. And we are conducting this time an offline form filling session at our office. We have our office at Lucknow at Hazratganj, Saprumar. You can take the address. Yes, please.
And
Yes, sir.
Bhavna, one more thing, we are also accepting CAT and NMT scores
Yes,
also.
yes, yes.
If a person does not wants to appear for the IB-SAT examination, then that the CAT student can definitely attach CAT or NMAT score. But the NMAT score minimum should be 150 and CAT percentile should be minimum 60 percentile. And in both these cases, the student has to fill up a separate IB-SAT application form. So that is why we suggest people to go for the IB-SAT examination, because it is a test center. Each year test center is available in Lucknow, and this year we are going to have it on a online basis. So it is not compulsory for a student to appear for the IB-SAT examination. They can attach their CAT and MAT score, but there is always a risk involved, because you will get your CAT scores in the month of January, and suppose you don't get your get below 60 percentile, then you will not be able to go for IBS GD&PI process. So we always suggest people to go for the, and to add on to all the students, and to add on to all the students like who are in dilemma what career they want to opt. If you are pursuing your BBA or a BCom, then you can definitely go for an MBA. Like ma'am has clearly told you how serious is the internship process in IBS. And I can also tell you about the teaching pedagogy. The teaching pedagogy in IBS is totally based on case studies. And I think ma'am can elaborate about case studies in 2-3 lines, ma'am.
Yes.
What is the benefit of case studies and what IBS is?
We focus on case analysis. Case analysis is real-time situations which companies have faced in the past. For example, if I'm talking to you about branding, and so we'll take an example of Amul. And there's a case written by IBS fraternity only. We have a list of, I think, around 10,000 cases from IBS. They'll talk about, I know, good number of 400 cases will be only on branding. What Amul has done to brand itself, what Reliance has done to brand itself, and some international brands also. So what we do in our class is, we just first of all give some concepts in the first 15 minutes of our session. The balance 1 hour of our session goes to discussing a case. And through the case, all these concepts will be made crystal clear through case analysis. So our sessions at IBS is 1 hour 15 minutes, 15 minutes on concept introduction, and around 45 minutes on case analysis, and last 15 minutes again on question and answers like I'm doing with you right now. That's the process which we follow. So cases is real life corporate situations which companies have faced in the past, made into 2-3 pages of cases, which we discuss to elaborate every concept. It's not only theoretical teaching, but we do it through cases.
Yes, ma'am. That too, like every MBA colleges do, like case studies are like the major part.
Yeah, all the international one, Harvard and of course do it, but not, I may not be agreeing with every MBA college, but at least top tier one, yes, I agree.
Yes, ma'am. IIMs and
of course.
Yes, ma'am.
Agree with you. Yeah.
SPJAN.
SPJ, XLR.
Correct.
Yes.
100% case-based learning is unique to IBS. IBS transforms its students into leaders of the future. Here, I would advise all the candidates to must download IBS app from Play Store. That is IBS app, which will help you to get information about IBS campuses and different type of competitive exams relevant to MBA entrance. It will give you a good help to, on a search all types of MBA entrance exam on a one platform. So IBS app is very unique. You must download this from your Play Store. And one more important information I would like to share it with you all. This time we are conducting a national level mock test. That is EPSAT national level mock test. Here you can follow the principles of earning while learning also. So it starts from yesterday itself, IBSAT national mock test, where you can win the prizes. There will be top 50 rankers will get the prizes. First prize will be of 20,000 rupees. Second prize will be of 10,000, and third prize will be of 10,000 rupees. And there will be so many consolation prizes, so of rupees 2,000. So here you have the chance to earn maximum prizes. So give mock tests and earn prizes through EPSAT national level mock test. And
after my graduation, Ma'am, after my graduation, I am preparing for to join Indian Army. So, any guidelines for that?
For joining the Indian Army after graduation. Is that correct? Is that your question?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
I wanted some guidelines regarding that.
For joining Indian Army, I do not have guidelines. I'll have to check myself. But I may not have guidelines how to join Indian Army. There must be some written evaluation, I suppose.
Yes, ma'am.
I'll just mute over. Yeah, there must be some written evaluation. That's my understanding. So, to get back to you, I'm not aware of Indian Army selection process after graduation. Bear with me. I'll get back to you on this. Yeah, I'm not aware of it. Stage. Sir, is it?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah,
Yes, ma'am. We have shared the details about the IBS, ma'am. The students who want to appear for the mock test, they can definitely log in to the website, that is www.ibsindia.org, and they can appear for this mock test. It is totally free of cost. You can have a good experience, also a chance of winning the lucrative prizes. So thank you, ma'am. Thanks a lot for the wonderful session, ma'am. And I special thanks to the principal, ma'am of SHRI GURUNANK College, for giving us this opportunity to interact with such a vibrant crowd of the college. And thanks to Priyanka, ma'am, and all the faculty members of SHRI GURUNANK College for providing us this opportunity. And thanks to all the students. And this is our website. You can, if you want, you can note it down also. It is www.ibsindia.org, and you can appear for that mock test which Mr. Dilip Sharma has told. Thank you, ma'am. Thanks once again. And I would also like to thank our, I would also like to thank our distinguished manager, Mr. Tarun Jetli, sir, who is also present in this session. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks once again to the college administration.
Okay, bye-bye. See you.
Thank you, ma'am.
And students, please fill up the feedback form. Feedback form, that the link is shared in the chat box. Please copy that link, share the feedback form. Thank you. So we'll be ending the session in next 2 minutes. So students, you have copied the feedback link. So we are ending the session. And please provide your feedback. Thank you. Thanks a lot.